that's fine.
Alright.
Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, so we are back. I have no idea if I still have that recording or not, but we're back live and we're good to go. So, sorry, the figure is rushing towards you as everyone is moving down the road, and as they get closer, you can tell that it's a female. You sent bread up to see who it was. Zoc, you would see that this looks like the same woman that you saw in the town council building.
Oh, you have good news coming, Sergius.
What news?
It's coming faster. Oh, it's coming really fast.
What sort of good news, Zoc?
It's over there.
And
You can see the good news.
he looks out around Natalia, and he drops the sledge,
That's what I was worried about.
and he starts running down the road, just yelling, "Rosamund, Rosamund!" And the two of them kind of meet up and just grasp each other in a very boisterous hug, able to hold each other. And he picks her up and swings her around, and there's a whole big get together between the two of them. Lots of kissing and smooching, and as you guys continue to get closer, they're still kind of going at it a little bit. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that happens with the shield.
Is
Oh,
she
come
alone?
on, man.
Is she alone? Is there a caravan behind her or something?
No, she was running.
She's been running this whole time.
She's been running.
That's a lot of stamina. Oh,
She has a lot of stamina.
That
Furbolg. All right, so you, as you guys come upon them, they're still kind of kissing and smooching, and you can hear the, "I'm so glad that you're safe. I was so worried. I put up your picture and everything on the council board, and I'm just so glad you're alive." "It's fine. I'm fine." "I'm also glad, and you can thank these kind people here." And he points over to the lot of you, walking with the body behind behind it, behind Nat.
I'm just gonna say, if no one decided to help Nat out, she's like dragging the body behind everyone.
Yeah, on the sledge.
Yeah.
Just have Vid deal with it.
Yeah, this will help.
Oh, that's fair.
It helps. Oh,
Vid, there we go. Vid helps.
Boom. Vid.
Sounds perfect. All right. So she looks over at you. "Oh, thank you, thank you. How can I ever repay you for saving my husband?" What?
No, I was joking. I said about tree fitting.
Oh man, that's an old South Park reference. What you know about tree fitting? She gives you an odd look. What is a tree 50? I'm not familiar with this phrase.
don't mind him. It's just a local joke. Don't worry about the payments. The council members already settled for us. We don't do things for free.
Well, thank you anyway. I think I'll head back with my husband, I guess. Okay. And she just continues to hold them, and if you guys continue on, she just follows with him, and he is no longer helping. He's holding the medium-sized half orc picks up the sledge as it's dragging in the ground behind.
Well, we just said Vid was gonna.
Oh, Vid, I'm sorry. So yeah, Vid walked over and picked it up. That's good because the half orc was carrying the halfling body, so that works. So yeah, you guys are able to continue on.
Nap would be very not happy if she was told the halfling body got stuffed in the bag with the Neogi heads.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, no, no. Alright, so you guys continue on for the next 4 hours. You guys get fairly close to Londa, but, you know, it would be another couple hours before you make it. You all are feeling pretty tired, and as you kind of get closer to the end of the day, by, I would say, yeah, shit, actually. So you started at 5. At about 9, you would have found Rosamund. And at about 1 a.m., you would have been about 2 hours away from making it all the way to Londa. And
Do we
as...
need to take the short rest?
well, it's up to you. As you guys get within about 2 hours of Londa, you start to see what look like about 15, maybe 20 torches off in the distance, probably 300 yards off in the distance, headed towards you.
That's a good question. Since Nat is carrying one into the stretcher, who has torches out for our group?
I can see.
Tab would if no one else does.
Thank you. Okay. As long as there's at least one.
Because Tab is also night blind.
Yeah.
Yep. Stop staying away from the torch.
Okay.
No, thank you. We'll stay in the back.
Okay. Yeah. So as you guys are traveling, those of you in the front, you see 15, maybe 20 torches headed towards you. You can't really make out any who they are or what their intent is, but there's definitely 15 or 20 torches headed towards you.
Do we think that's Tagoto?
Yeah, I'll send bread.
Okay.
Bread to check.
Okay. Sending bread out there. I'm assuming invisible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not if we need any more eyes.
Yep, sending Brett out there. You do recognize when he gets about halfway between you and them that it does look like a contingent of townsfolk, maybe engineers, skilled workers, I'll say, along with your familiar friend, the master vampire Tagoto, who is traveling along with them.
Teba said, that's them.
Do they have a cart?
Yeah, what do they have? They have like a...
It looks like they have a whole bunch of equipment to repair a bridge. So carts, woods, rope, all that fun stuff. Whatever they would need to repair that bridge.
Yep, they got everything.
There's like an audible sigh of relief from Nat.
The shield just like, yes.
Fucking finally.
And yeah, you guys continue on, I'm assuming.
Yep.
All right, making your way closer and closer, you can make out roughly 18 individuals, one of which is Tagoto, the other 17 of which seem to be town folk, probably skilled hands within the town, carpenters and smiths and masonry workers, all alike. And they look a little tired already, but they are walking, and they're all headed your way. And as you guys get closer, Tagoto has them hold up, and he walks ahead to make sure that it is you. And when he finds out it's you, he just kind of like waves them all. Ah, it's good to see you all intact. I'm surprised to see you on the road.
I need to go though.
Tab is pushing to the front. Ah, yes. Well, I, of course, saved the day again. And was able to create a bridge. But don't let this fool you. The 2 bridges there are absolutely deplorable and in need of repair immediately.
How very professional of you. Well, since we're on our way, I suppose we should fix the bridge anyway. We can take our time here, gentlemen, and set up for the night. It seems that we are not needed as rushed as I thought. Thank you, Tavalier.
My pleasure.
Really? Just Tavalier?
And thank you, everyone else, for helping with this situation.
Alright, that's it. We're all
Hashtag-
using the shower.
Hashtag bards. Yeah.
Nat going to direct Vid to kind of walk off to the side and then set the stretcher down before going to Tagoto.
Okay. What do you say to Dagoto?
We need to talk.
Vid walks up behind you. We got a dead body over here. You should take a look at this thing.
I wonder if he had any alcohol on him.
Yeah, I wasn't able to find any alcohol, but you should still look at it. That's beautiful. I love it, guys. Yeah, he just like, okay, I will go take a look.
Nat will lead him over
that's
and we'll bend down and remove the cloak.
Okay. You bend down and remove the cloak, and as you remove the cloak, he pauses for a moment and looks at the body, taking it all in, and then just like slowly cocks his head and looks at you. Keep this covered. We need to discuss this.
He lowers it back.
We
That's
need
why
to,
I said we need to talk.
we need to discuss this in private.
That's why we walked over here.
No, I mean with Luda as well. I have a feeling the dignitaries of the other cities will also want to know about this.
All right.
Tap has walked over. Did he catch any of that?
You would have probably heard the last bit. I believe the other dignitaries from the other cities would want to know about this.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were there. They would want to see that,
Love
wouldn't
to
they?
go there.
Mm-hmm. Do you say anything, Tav?
Is the sheet moved? Like, do I know what they were talking about?
You would have seen Nat recovering the body.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
She didn't like fully remove it. She just like lifted it enough he'd be able to tell what it was. So
Yeah. No, Tab doesn't miss anything. There's enough context clues to know what they were talking about.
Okay. And as soon as you guys finish that little bit, he turns around. Okay, everyone, let's set up for the evening and make camp. Tomorrow we will make our way to the bridge and finish repairing it, and then head back to town. I do appreciate all of you helping with this situation. The bridge has been disheveled for far too long.
Ooh. Tab does want to ask about if Tagoto knows about the statue. Like, what can you tell us about that statue of Odin? Did we even know it was of Odin?
Nat for sure would have known it was Odin.
Yeah, you guys would be able to see this. So I didn't give a very good description of the statue because no one asked about it. You definitely would have been able to tell that statue because the statue was 60 feet tall and very, very obtrusive in the middle of an island. It is very easy to tell what it is from across the way.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I think more the issue was who would have recognized it as Odin. So, is that more what you meant, Tav?
No. It was literally based on the description because we weren't even told really what it looked like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because no one asked. You guys just went to the middle of...
Literally, we're just like, oh shit, there's a statue.
Yep.
After we had already made it across.
Really?
Yeah, actually. It was kind of funny. Everyone got distracted by...
It was the end of one session, and then we started the next session, and we were all like, yeah, we didn't talk about that statue.
Yep.
We were already across.
Yep.
Because we were struggling to cross.
So...
yes, we were, weren't we, Zog?
Yes, we were. So, Tagoto starts helping everyone get set up for the evening for the camp. It seems he's going to help them with the bridge, make sure that everyone stays safe with everything that's been going on. But he does tell you, it would behoove you all to make your way back to town. Just wait till I get back to talk about this body and situation.
Tav's gonna bring up the statue again because he's gonna get the answer he was looking for. He's like, oh yes, okay, so the statue of Odin, now that we've got that cleared up. Can you tell us more about what else does that statue do? Why is there an extra spot to stick things?
I'm sorry, the statue has a spot to stick things? Are you being funny?
Not intentionally. Out of character, yes, but
Gonna like swoop in and eat his rice.
Nat would clarify. Zop did describe the like slot in the back to everyone, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Nat would help to clarify the situation because she has thoughts about the statue as well. There's some sort of slot or recession in the back of the statue that looks like something is supposed to be inserted.
Interesting. I was not aware of such inclusions into that statue.
What does it mean?
I am unsure. I do not know what it means.
Are you sure? Because you're like 1,000,000 years old.
I'm not as old as all that.
Nat cocks an eyebrow for a second. Are you old enough to have met one of them before? Pointing at the covered body.
Luckily, no.
Okay.
They were...
They're pretty nasty.
He starts... They were supposed... We should not be talking about it here. We need to discuss this elsewhere. And he, like, looks over at the other townsfolk. Like, he really doesn't want to talk about this in the presence of normal people.
Alright. And did he tell us he's gonna go with the craftsman to the bridge?
Yes, he will tell you that. Before he tells you that, before he goes back to, he is going to ask, did you all find out what the slot was for? Did you put anything in it? Did it do anything?
Ooh,
Yeah,
we did.
we tried a dagger. It didn't went too well, so we tried with something else that Taff made, but it doesn't do anything. It just grind the metal off.
Interesting. Nat, Tav, and Zoc, roll me an insight check.
God dang it. I hate it when it does a high number of slow rolls.
Slow rolls to something else.
It does it a lot.
Yeah, okay, that all checks out. Yeah, he
Passive
seems...
insight
He
is 15,
seems...
by the way.
Sorry?
Passive insight is 15, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually still not high enough. He seems genuinely curious about what's in the slot in the back and what you all inquired. I'm assuming you all tell him about the grinding off of things and sticking things inside.
Yeah, Zoc just said that.
Okay. Oh, okay, sorry, I missed that. Yes, well, it sounds like it needs something specific.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Interesting.
Squinty eyes.
I want to barge in.
So did I hear correctly? We're camping here for the night, or what are you all doing?
That's up to you. We are camping here for the night because we have a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
I wouldn't mind sticking around to go to.
I was gonna say Nat then offers, do you want additional protection while the bridge is being repaired? Sorry.
I don't see why that would hurt anything.
What? We just carried all these bodies and people this far, and now we're going back?
We don't all have to go back.
It's for the greater good, Cavalier.
Absolutely, but how are we going to keep this hidden if you have all these workers around and we're just hauling a stretcher back and forth?
Well, we'll keep it at our campsite. We'll have Vid keep an eye on it.
Vid just kind of salutes you real quick, Luno. Like straightens up, salutes. His tail goes up like the Pink Panther, like straight up in the back. Very well.
Proud here.
Yeah, if you would like to assist, I will not stop you. It would probably actually benefit everyone's confidence as well.
Well, you can count me in.
Okay. And as you guys are having this conversation, Barry and Dante and Luno, those of you with around the other group of commoners that you saved, the townsfolk, there are a few surprised and happy reunions. Apparently, a couple of these people that you saved were skilled hands, carpenters and mason, that sort of deal.
No.
So these people actually know each other. Some of them, actually, several of them know of the 10 that you saved just from the group that you are meeting here. There's several happy reunions. Even the big half orc is hugging a small little gnome. It's a very funny sight, but it's a very happy reunion.
Okay.
And everyone set us up camp for the night. We're just gonna montage this. You guys take your watches. Nothing seems to happen at night. It's a nice evening. The dual moons provide quite a bit of light, and Luno, as everyone begins to doze off and go to sleep, Luno, as you begin to close your eyes, you feel a light tap on your shoulder and open your eyes, and you see Tagoto standing over you.
Oh, hi.
Hello. I believe you and I have something we need to... And he kind of like looks away and makes sure no one's looking around.
Who's on watch at this point?
Dante.
Okay, Dante's on watch. That works out beautifully.
I wanted to go into town, but...
All right, so Dante's on watch, and Dante, you see this, and I'm assuming you probably just completely ignore it.
What?
Okay, you don't see this.
No, I'm asking you, like, I ignore what? The Tagoto?
Yeah, Tagoto talking with Tab and stuff.
I want to talk to
Not
Tagoto.
Tab.
Luna.
Yes, Luna.
No, everyone's being called Tab tonight, I'm just saying.
I want to go talk to Tab. Be right.
Well,
All right.
if everyone's asleep, then I guess we got if Tagoto needs to meet with Dante too.
The end.
Well, I mean, yeah, if that's the case, let's do this. Dante, you would see Tab. Good God, Tagoto. You would see Tagoto walk over to Luno and tap on his shoulder, and you would see the two of them talking, and you would feel this pull sense in yourself to want to go over in that direction as well.
So I follow behind. Stealth or no stealth?
Okay. You make your way over to the two of them, and you catch part of the conversation of we need to have a moment sort of deal. And he looks back over at you. I see you have already fully acclimated. Well then, he looks back at Luno. It's time for you to adjust as well. He looks around, making sure that everyone is fast asleep. And then he does something you don't necessarily expect. He bites his own wrist, hard enough to draw a lot of blood. And he holds his wrist out to you, Luno.
I was gonna kill him for a second there. I was like, holy shit.
If you would like to adjust, you need to feed.
I'll grab a hold of his hand and just like, or his arm and slowly and be like, questionable. And then like, am I do it like this? And then I'll bite down into it.
Okay. Yeah, it tastes delicious. It tastes absolutely magical, both in nature and flavor. And very much in a similar fashion to Dante, after he died and came back. You begin feasting, and as you begin feasting, Dante, you watch as Luno's body begins, his outer skin begins to change color, and then change color back into a lighter white, like a husk shell around him. And almost as soon as it hardens, Luno, you are no longer feeding, and there is a soft little ripping noise. And Dante, you would watch as Tagoto puts his hand with one finger and, almost like a really sharp razor blade with his nail, cuts a long line down the side of Luno's husk. And Luno, you are able to openly break free of this.
Does it just turn to dust afterwards? Or does he, like, leave a cocoon behind?
He leaves a cocoon behind.
Oh, what the fuck?
Now, I know that this is going to be a little unsettling, but I want for both of you to dance. And for the first time, he looks at you like he did when you were back in his house, and he told you to do the thing and cluck like a chicken, and you felt this urge. You don't feel that now. Neither one of you.
I look at him, it's like, I mean, I will, because I like you, but no.
Good. I needed to make sure that it took. Now, before everyone wakes, you must be very quiet about this. Please clean up your mess. And you would look around and see your husk in two halves, that you will need to cautiously take care of.
So do you need eyes? Like, do people look out?
Dante asking Luno.
Oh, I'll look around, like, how far is, like, a thicker wood area is? 'Cause I would pick up the husk, and then I'll take it over there, and I'll stomp it. If he wants to...
I'm just like stomp something, because it's going to be loud. Right?
You know what? How far away from the water are we?
You're a good ways away from the water. Actually, I take that back. The river runs pretty close to the path itself. The Crystal River runs from the northeast down into Londa, and actually the path follows it pretty closely. So I'd say you can hear the water from where you guys are at.
Okay. Well then, we'll definitely go and take it to the river, and I would toss it in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a stealth check.
Oh. Absolutely. Hold on.
With your new race.
Oh yeah, well that had nothing to do with it.
I know. As a Dampier.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank God I have a +10.
Oh, thank God. Yeah. You begin picking it up and scraping it momentarily on the ground, and Tagoto, God, I can't say his name to save my life, picks up the other end and just holds up a finger to his mouth. You have to be quiet.
Okay, quiet.
And you're able to take that to the river and dump it without anyone noticing.
Heck yeah.
And everyone gets a nice long rest. Zoc, sending bread back to go look at what they were digging. You noticed that there was actually a fairly deep, what looked like tunnel underground. Do you send bread in?
How deep?
You're not able to see the end of it from outside.
Shit. No, I'm not gonna send him in.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Nat. The townspeople on the last session that I was described the townspeople, they were digging, and no one ended up checking out what they were digging.
Yep. Oh, forgot.
Great. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
We can go check. Well, at least I can go check.
Once the bridge is completed, right?
It's a lot easier to go back.
Yeah, the Zoc doing that, looking around, you do see some darker stones. Even in night, Bread can tell that the stones are much darker in color. There does seem to be a fair amount of dirt to the side, and it does look like there is some construction that was done to hold the ceiling up, almost as if it's a mine entrance, but it's not. It doesn't quite look like an actual mine entrance, if that makes sense. But it definitely looks deep, and it definitely looks long. You can't see the end of it.
Yeah. The plot thickens.
Yes. All right, so everyone gets their long rest. Luno and Dante, you are both finally Dampiers. Happy birthday, Luno! And so everyone gets their long rest. Everyone wakes up in the morning. You guys will get roughly, I'm going to say 6 hours. So it'll technically be, I'm going to give you the long rest, but it's not technically one. So we'll give it to you because I don't think it really made any difference with this. So everyone gets their long rest. Everything's recovered. Everything's back. And you guys make your way back to the bridge, where I'm assuming, trying to speed things up here, I'm assuming you guys help in any way you can, and end up helping build the bridge with all of the construction workers. Nat, at this point, you can check out the statue, and you would see that Tagoto as well is checking out the statue, looking at the small hole in the back as well. Zoc, can you remind me what the statue said when you read it from Bread?
It's the hero of the north from old days once, and then it cut off.
Yeah, there we go. Hero of the North from old days once, and like the placard seems to have faded with time. You couldn't read anymore. But it is a very large 60-foot statue, straight up in the air, casts a pretty good shadow and everything, and yeah, the very small slit in the back. Just as Zoc described. I'm going to ask, since you guys have like a whole day or at least a half a day to do some stuff, is anyone doing any downtime activities, practicing anything, working on anything?
Quick
Yeah.
question about the statue.
Yes.
If it's 60 feet tall, where exactly is this slot in the back of it?
It's at the bottom, towards the ground.
What is at the base? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So there's it's a double. It's like a step up platform. There's two like it's a circular base, and there's two what look like steps up to where the statue starts, and it's at the bottom of the. It's at the middle of the second the bottom step on the back.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. As far as downtime type activities, Nat's gonna practice some of her smithing with the smiths that are there
Okay.
for the repair process.
That's pretty fair.
I'm thinking like making nails, that sort of thing, something basic.
Yeah, that's fine. You would still get some smithing hours in that. I would say probably a good 6 hours of smithing.
I mean, I don't need hours or anything. That's just she's doing it. So
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's up to you. I'm just letting you know.
Cool.
All right. Anyone else downtime? Anything?
Yes.
Yep. Tab's
I don't
working
have
on
anything.
his sketch for the shrine temple.
Ah, the sketch of Tyr. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Roll me a performance check.
Okay. It wasn't gonna be like okay, fine, it'll be a big performance.
Yeah. Wow, 30. Yeah, you start sketching and it just like it dawns on you exactly how you want to do this, and you are able to sketch this exactly how you feel like you want to lay this out in the shrine itself, and you're pretty confident that you could copy this to a T in the shrine now.
It's both majestic and gruesome.
There we go. Perfect. Think of how you want to describe it when you end up painting it.
Okay.
All right. Dante, I think you said you wanted downtime something.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Am I able to go into town?
No, everyone went to the bridge.
Nope, there's no town here.
I wanted to go into town.
Well, we'll get that next session or later.
Yeah, you guys will still get there this session.
Okay.
I'll come up to Luno and I'll say, "Hey, Luno, I want to practice a little bit with your darkness pebble. Can you help me with that?"
I sure I can. I will. How do you want to do this? Because I have an idea.
Okay, I'll summon Brett on sit on my shoulder. What's your idea?
All right, I summon a darkness pebble, just regular casting, and then I'm gonna put it in his pocket and then walk away.
Oh, challenging.
Okay, so before that happens, where are you guys standing?
Yeah.
Probably in the woods.
You're in the woods?
Yeah.
To the
Well,
north
we're
or
near
south?
The bridge, right?
Yeah, you're.
I would track Luno into the woods.
Okay. At the very least, I will tie a rope to the end of him and then like to a tree, so that he can't like go too far.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we'll say that the two of you kind of talk about it a little bit. That works.
I was so happy to just walk away and be like, "Good luck." You got what? I think it's.
Oh.
I mean, you can say that you did that.
I mean, I'll tie him up so he doesn't hurt himself and fall, and like we don't want him to fall into the river again.
No, man, no one is letting that go.
Nope.
All right. All right. So yeah, you guys spend the better part of the day practicing that. Zach, just like with Nat, I'll say you guys get a good like 6 hours in. I would say Zach, you probably need 25 hours to be pretty proficient doing what you want to do with this.
Okay.
Because you and I talked about it.
Okay, so this is my hand. This is my legs. Okay, left foot, right.
Right.
Foot.
Exactly. You got all the basics today. Fighting and doing other stuff while being third person is going to be challenging to say the least. All right. So Barry, are you doing anything?
No.
Okay. We'll just say that you get enlisted to help build the bridge then.
I was gonna say something.
Oh yeah, go ahead then.
I was gonna ask Tab if they could help me play
If they can help with what?
Yes.
with playing the flute.
Oh.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Barry, Tab, roll me a performance check, and Barry, roll me a insight check.
Oh.
Let's see how much Barry can pick up from Tab.
You said performance for Tab?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My audio is kind of cutting out again, so I can just clarify.
Gotcha.
That's a decent comparison.
Yeah, Barry, you spend a good part of the day working with Tav and learning how to play the pipes. He's actually pretty good at the pipes, even though he claims to never have played them before. He seems to have a knack for this musical instrument that you have. And Tav, Barry, let me ask. Those are the Pied Piper pipes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah. What
Excellent.
What is one of the actions that you? What does it do?
Let's see. You have 3 charges, and 1 bonus action. Call forth 1 swarm of rats.
Okay. Beautiful. As Tab, as you on your last go around, as you're showing Barry how to do this, and you have a pretty good idea of how you want to play it. You play this little medley on it, just like a do 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 do, and all of a sudden, as you're playing, you kind of look around and you see what looks like rats starting to come out of the woodwork of the woods,
Nice.
and they're starting to make a small swarm almost in front of you, just staring at you.
No, as soon as that happens, he's done playing.
Okay. As soon as you're done playing, the rats kind of pause for a moment, look back and forth, and then scurry back into the woods.
Yeah, Tab's gonna ask, so what type of flute is this again?
It's a flute that can summon rats.
He's just nods and slowly hands it back. I think you've learned enough at this point. Focus on your own. Far away from Tab.
That is beautiful. All right. So, anyone else want to do anything in their downtime?
Actually, I wanted to make a correction on how I'm doing my thing, and I find this to be more entertaining. So instead of it actually being like a spell slot version, I'm doing it so I can see through it. And I'm, as he's practicing and doing his thing, I'm throwing rocks at him.
All right.
So, dodge. If you can't dodge a rock, you can't dodge a ball.
Oh my god. Luno, point of inspiration. Also Barry and Zoc, a point of inspiration.
I'll get inspiration for
And just for clarity's sake, for this homebrew, I do run inspiration differently. When you use an inspiration point, I consider it a natural 20. So I do not give them out often. This is a thing that happens. All right. Anyone? Yes.
Can I just climb a tree and spy on these flutes?
Yeah, absolutely. You can spy.
I'm gonna summon my familiars.
Okay.
Flock of seagulls, and it's gonna be rats.
It's gonna be rats. Okay. I love it.
Really? You just finding every little thing to torture Tab.
Tab.
I can crawl over.
Yeah, Tab. All the rats except for 2 run away.
No, 3. There's
3. All the rats except for 3 run away. The other 3 start crawling towards you.
And Barry.
And Barry.
Do I find, like, insight check to see if his behavior's odd?
You don't see Dante. He's doing this from the woods. Barry...
But do I think it's weird that the rest... These are the 3 rats that didn't run?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty weird in general. I mean, they don't necessarily look hostile, but you're not entirely sure what a hostile rat looks like.
And I'm just gonna make one of them run in a circle.
Make one of them what?
Run in a
One of them
circle.
runs in a circle. And then one of them goes up to Barry and up his pant leg or something.
All right.
And then the other one is like going up to Nat. I mean, not to Nat, sorry, to Tab.
Yeah, I don't think Tab's gonna let it touch her.
Yeah, no. It might get kicked.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, it definitely gets kicked.
I think as it gets closer, he probably prestidigitate like a small light explosion in front of it to try and deter the rat.
The rat.
Prank wars.
Say that again. I'm sorry, I talked over you.
Oh no, just like some prank wars going on. It's funny.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, so excellent. All of that happens, and you guys are able to do all of your stuff. So, yeah. Oh my God, I'm reading Luno's response there. They finished the bridge. Nat, if you'd like, you can roll an investigation check on the statue, but you probably won't find anything extra. You never know. You guys are able to cross the bridges successfully. Yeah, nope, nothing extra. It very much looks like the statue was at one time a shrine as well to Odin, but that has seemed to have crumbled its way as well, and all that seems to stand is a very unweathered and very solid-looking statue. It looks to the surrounding bits that aren't part of the statue that time has kind of crumbled things around it. There's like rubble around the statue, what looks to be maybe a ruined bench that's been there for ages. The statue looks very new, like it hasn't been sitting in the weather for very long at all.
Okay.
Yep, and so you guys spend the day helping build the bridge. The bridge gets built, and you guys are able to start heading back to town, and we're going to montage that. You guys, unless anyone's doing anything else.
I'm telling everyone about the digging the hole, the tunnel.
Okay, before you guys head back. So Zoc tells everyone about the really deep-looking tunnel that the people were digging.
Yeah,
and if you ask the people, they don't remember digging.
Yeah, I figure as much.
That's good.
So I say we should get back and get in the tunnel.
Fair.
Okay.
Do you bring this up to Dagoto at all?
That's true.
I mean, Nat would if no one else does, because he seemed to kind of imply we should talk about the Cruvat as soon as possible when we get back. So,
yeah, we can always make our way back over to this hole in the ground. Maybe we can find some potions, or like I'll even spring it up and like maybe we put that on the back burner and we can bring healing, because this was a very bad trip for a couple of us. Like,
Can I go scouting with familiars? So that way Spock doesn't have to like potentially hurt Brad.
Yours can go up to a mile, I think.
Yep.
no, they
Yeah.
can go further. You just can't
control them after a mile.
Actually, I think it's outside 100 feet or something like that.
No,
Yeah.
it's a mile. The flock of seagulls.
Oh, okay.
Flock of
Gotcha.
familiars.
Flock of familiars?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a mile.
Yep.
Yeah.
That way bread stays safe and bendable familiars.
I mean, sure. It's up to you.
Well,
I just don't want Brett to get in the hole alone, you know?
right. Well, to be
Yeah.
clear, from here it's still 2 hours walking. Which, if you've ever walked a mile, you know, it's 2 hours, so it's just under a mile. Like just under a mile.
You can go far into it, theoretically,
Yeah.
if it stretches outwards, you can't go too far into it.
Actually, 2 hours is probably. It's
2 hours
probably
a
close.
mile. That's
Yeah, it's probably close to.
You'd have to be going at a pretty slow pace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually
But-
probably close to 4 miles if I'm thinking about my math here, right? Which I'm probably not,
Yeah.
because Tav and I actually walked 3 miles and it's about an hour for 3 miles. So
And y'all are fast.
yeah,
But that's like a flat terrain.
right.
I don't know. That back
Right.
there.
So you're familiar, and I said it wrong initially. You're familiar probably would not be able to make it there in a mile.
Right.
So we would have to travel there and be at the entrance, right?
Yeah, unless bread goes in.
Yep.
But back to my question: does anyone bring it up to Tagoto?
I said Nat would bring it up if no one else does.
Okay. When you bring it up to Tagoto, he's going to recommend that you all talk to the town council first and make your way back to Londa first. But he definitely wants to know what's in that tunnel.
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do?
I say go back to the tunnel.
But
I'm inclined to follow Tagoto's direction about discussing the thing as soon as possible.
Yeah.
let's see what he says first.
That's what he just told us. He would rather us go back and talk to the council first, then come back and look at the hole.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm down to go back to the town and recover, re-gear ourselves a bit if we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be Nat's vote.
Yeah, we should go back to town.
Okay, so what's the consensus? Town or tunnel?
Town.
Town.
I think it's down.
Okay. All right. So, you guys finished building the bridge. Help the citizens build the bridge. You guys are able to take a nice long look at the statue, test some things out. Kind of poke and prod. You don't discover anything new that you haven't already discovered. And the bridges are successfully rebuilt and restored. And you guys, after about, I'm going to say, during all of this, because it's kind of been off. So, when you were in the woods, okay, so 1 day, 2 days, 3. Okay, so it'll be a total of 3 days. This is for my notes. That it'll take from you guys leaving the clearing that you had killed everyone from. It'll take a total of 3 days to get back to Londa after fixing the bridge and everything and going back. So on that third day, you guys make it back to Londa, nice and early in the afternoon. Not necessarily in the morning. It's roughly 1 p.m. by the time you guys make it back to Londa, and I will switch the map to daytime.
Nighttime.
Yeah, daytime, nighttime. Okay, so you guys make it back to Londa, and Tagoto kind of releases everyone, thanks them again, and you see him giving coin out to people in payment for services for assisting. It to you guys, it's probably a paltry sum, but to these people, it seems like a fair amount. They all seem pretty excited to receive said amount. Roughly 5 gold per person. So you all make your way back into town, dragging the body and the commoners that you saved, the orc that was helping with the other body. They begin taking that to, they stop by the house of Tyr, and they go inside with that body, and that's the last you see of that body because it's going to get buried and everything. And you guys make your way into town with Vid and Nat carrying carrying the Gruvat covered through town. Guvat. And he leads you almost immediately to the town council, where you do see a small line. It seems to be from outside, and as he comes up with you guys in tow, I apologize, everyone, but I'm gonna have to ask you all to please go back to your homes for the day. I believe that we have resolved the problem of the missing people. Those of you who have missing people, please look out behind me. And he points out, and there's a couple cries of excitement. A few women, a few young boys, a few older gentlemen as well, and they all seem pretty exuberant to have their missing people return to them. And as the line dwindles, those of you who have not missing people, we will discuss your business tomorrow. Today we have urgent matters to discuss in the town council. I bid you all please go back to your homes, and I will see you all personally tomorrow. And there's a few low grumbles from people, but everyone seems to head out.
Is there anyone waiting to meet a halfling that doesn't show up?
There is one. Oh man, you would ask that question, wouldn't you?
I would ask that.
Yeah, there is one small halfling male who looks really. He looks like he's looking over the crowd of the missing people that Tagoto pointed over, and he looks back at Tagoto. Where's my husband? I'm not sure how to tell you this, but he didn't make it. He's at the house of Tyr. And the guy bursts into tears and heads towards the house of Tyr. Yeah. But you guys are able to make your way into the town council, where you find Luda speaking to a singular person who had been waiting, and they finish up their conversation, and Tagoto kind of ushers them outside, and he looks back at Luda. Luda, we have some vital information to discuss, and I believe we need to get, and it pains me to say, the other ambassadors from Karth and Sinhale to witness this. And Luda gives a very curious response. And that's where we're going to end the session for this week.
Cool.
Really? You didn't want to keep going just a little longer?
Alright, is everyone good to continue?
Yes.
I mean, I'm good to go, but I think this is a good stop. But who knows?
Well,
how
there's
the station's gonna turn out.
Well,
It's gonna take-
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of role playing. It is.
Yeah.
there's other reasons why Tab wants to continue, so I'm if everyone's good.
I mean, I'm good, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna take us another hour to finish this conversation.
Well, if you guys want to take a quick bathroom break, I'm good to do that.
Are we good for another hour?
That'll be the longest I can play tonight.
Okay. That works.
So-
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll all meet right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Already.
All right. Perfect.
Got exciting.
Barry had to kill that guy. Poor guy.
Dude.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't
no.
want to go down again. I don't trust myself.
Dude. Oh my god. It's so good.
I am back.
Okie dokie.
I am almost back.
I'm still here. It's just that everybody got quiet.
Okay. Tab's finishing feeding the animals, and then they will be right back, and then we're good to go.
Cool. I'm good.
Hey Gabe,
Yeah.
awkward question, but has any of your dogs been constipated before?
Yes. Feed them pumpkin. Lots and
Yeah,
lots of
man.
pumpkin.
This man doesn't take a good liking to eating even when he's hungry.
So he's. No, hang on.
Yep.
All right, we are back, and we are ready to do this. As you okay, so you're in the town council, and Luda kind of nods his head, and yes, okay, well, we'll get the emissaries. I will go get the Sinhalian consulate to go to. Do you want to get the Carthians? And Takoto kind of like looks back at the group. Maybe just one of them. Tavalier, would you go please get the embassy from Karth?
And I missed the session where that all occurred, but Tab is definitely going to say yes.
Okay. They're in the southeast side, just outside of the city. You know where the mines are? They're on that side of the city.
Okay.
Okay. So Luda leaves and Tab leaves. And Luda makes his way up to the Sinhalians and tells them, the situation, request, everything's been handled. Tab, as you make your way out to the outside of town, there's a long rope bridge with a single sentry sitting beneath if I remember right, a 60-foot long floating dirigible airship that a very long ladder is hanging from with a single sentry. What do you tell the sentry?
The code word.
Okay, what do you actually tell the sentry?
I come bringing word from the town council as a honorary representative that there is an urgent matter that needs to be discussed with your city's representative.
Very well, very well. One moment, and you see him move his hands, and you see his mouth move, but you don't see any. You don't hear anything. I have let. Let me grab my notes. Sorry. Where is?
And which ambassador group is this?
Karth.
Okay. Not the Loxodons then.
Not the Loxodons, no. Where is? Oh, come on. Man, I have all the names, so I'm gonna find them. Just give me one moment. There we go. Found it. Okay. I've let Yorn know. He should be down momentarily to meet you. And I imagine he will take his other 3 compatriots with him. If you would just wait one moment. And you wait there for a good minute or so, and you see almost as if they're sliding down the ladder. They don't seem to be climbing. They do, in fact, seem to be sliding as you're looking. They're sliding down this, what looks to be a rope ladder, not climbing down. And a few moments later, a human male, looks to be around 53 or so, comes down, followed by 3 other human males. And he looks at you. Are you the one with the message?
I am indeed. Tabler Montmorency at your service.
What is the message?
I come bearing a message as an honorary town council member regarding an urgent matter that needs immediately to be discussed.
Very well. Take me to the town council and we will discuss this appropriately.
Sure. Sir...
Yorn.
Sir Yorn, right this way.
And he follows you back to the town council, where you come back as you see the Loxodons have just entered in front of you. And as you make your way inside, everyone else inside, you've had a good, 10, maybe 15 minutes to talk and everything. And Tagoto, during that time, would have just looked at all of you, kind of each one a little bit. And so, I'm going to do a lot of the talking here, but I imagine they will ask some questions. Please do be honest in everything that you answer. It is of the utmost importance, not only for this current situation, but possibly the entire continent, the world, in fact. Does anyone say anything?
Nat will nod.
Indubitably.
All right, so if no one else is saying anything, having a conversation, after about 10 or 15 minutes, everyone finally makes their way inside. The Luxodons first, with Luda leading the way, and moments later, Tavalier brings in 4 humans from the Carthian regime, and immediately the two kind of look at each other at odds, and you can tell that there's an immediate tension in the room. Just seeing each other makes them on edge. And so we will begin. Luda walks back up to the podium, one of the desks up on the second floor balcony, along with Togoto, and they both sit down, and Togoto immediately stands up. Now, I have called you all here because we have discovered something very important for both everyone, in fact, to hear. Natalia, would you please uncover the body?
Nat will definitely do so.
Nat uncovers the body, and there is a.
I would say we'd probably bring it like out into the middle of the room. First.
Okay.
Or did we have it positioned in the middle of the room already before they arrived?
I would say you guys would have positioned it in a good spot.
Okay.
On a table or something.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, Tab messaged me that he would have talked to Yorn on the walk. Tab, what would you have said to Yorn on the way?
I would have tried to get information about what Karth is doing and who's in the rule. Just pretend like I didn't know anything. Like, oh, how is your city faring in these days of reset?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Good thing I took some extra stats on that. Because, dang.
I would still say that's high enough. He would have told you that there was a recent attack on a member of the royal family, and that currently the general who controls the army is in charge until they can sort out a viable heir. And that's really about all that he tells you. The only other thing is that he has told you that apparently a contingent of Carthians made said attempt on the royal family.
Really?
Not Carthian. It's not Carthians. Sorry, I said that. Sinhalians. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I said that wrong.
Yeah. Okay, Tab would want to ask him how he got his position. Like, how did someone get to be in such an esteemed role, representing such a powerful city?
He mentions a name that you do recognize in speaking. He tells you that he was assisted to his position after many training hours with a one Lazarus, Argyle Lazarus.
How does this guy, okay, out of character, how does he know Lazarus but Tab doesn't recognize him at all?
Yeah, Lazarus has a lot of friends that Tab doesn't recognize. You're close with Lazarus, but
He has no friends that Tab wouldn't know about.
Okay. Well,
Right.
yeah, he tells you that he was assisted into this position with the help of one Lazarus, Argyle Lazarus.
Tab tries to like hide his surprise a little bit, but says, even here in this city, I have heard the name Lazarus.
Yes, he is a character, to say the least.
Sounds like a great guy. He's missed very much.
Oh man. All right, so that conversation happened on the way. So Nat, you uncover the body, and there's several loud gasps. There's several loud gasps from both sides. Just the, oh my, what is, no. The Luxodons, as is their tradition, speak up. What is the meaning of this creature here? What fool's game are you playing at, Tigodo? I am playing no games. Please. And he looks at you all. What should we call the lot of you?
Uh,
The town heroes, of course.
No.
Oh, what was our group?
Seven rough diamonds.
We did have something picked out.
Yeah, seven rough diamonds.
Yep. Okay.
it's bad. It's really bad.
I'll stand up and be kind of proud about it. Be like, we the 7 rough diamonds found the Guvat.
You mean?
And then Tab pulls him down and is like, groove at, dang.
Oh man.
Matt visibly cringes when he says the 7 rough diamond.
Oh man. He just kind of when Luno says that you mean Gruvat? Yes. Okay. These 7 roughed diamonds, and he like grits his teeth as he says it. Happened upon.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Please, no.
Happened upon this creature in the woods. Apparently, this is the reason for the missing people. And if I'm not mistaken, after speaking with several of them, they tend to corroborate what we know of the Gruvat. And he's looking at them for some sort of inclination as to whether or not they know. And it's fairly obvious that they know what he's talking about. When the Carthians interject, you mean they have no memory of the event or how they got there? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. There's a few more mumbles from both groups. Both have kind of ignored each other at this point. There are no hands on blades. They're not looking at each other. They're staring at this body. Well, how do we know that this is in fact a Gruvat? What proof do you have?
Shall I cut him open?
Nat just like points at the body.
What do you mean?
The shield speaks up. Look at the damn body.
Oh no.
Can I start opening him up now?
We're looking at the and one of the Luxodons speaks up. Oh, shh. I do see this distinguishing features. Where did you find this creature?
Like, how far north of town was it?
It was roughly 10 miles north of town, and based on time-wise, probably a good 6 miles to the east.
Tab is going to stand up and be the spokesperson.
Okay.
My fine lords and ladies, we came across this despicable creature with that distance that you said.
Love it. Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to spend my brain power.
Yeah. Well, that is very interesting. This is very unsettling news. The Luxodons all seem very shaken. The Carthians don't seem quite as shaken as the Luxodons. They seem visibly taken aback by the finding of a creature like this. These creatures were supposed to have been destroyed more than a millennia ago. There's no way that they survived.
Well, the evidence here is to the contrary.
Yes. Well, it does seem like the evidence does point to the contrary. I imagine that the two of you need to inform your lords, correct? And they both contingents. Everyone is like nodding their head. Yes, absolutely. We need to inform Elrond Getty that this has occurred. Tav, you know that name, and Tav, Luno, and Zoc, the three of you know that name. That was the general over the army of Karth.
Wait, how do you pronounce that?
Elrond Getty. Or yeah, let me make sure I get it right. I'll give it to you guys. 1 second.
Oh, Getty. Yeah.
Yeah, Getty. Karth. Elrin, not Elron. Elrin Getty.
Okay.
In chat. There you go. Elrin Getty. The three of you, when he says that name, the three of you would know that he's talking about the, or at least you assume, the general of Karth. Tab, you've already put together that the general has taken charge of the entire thing of Karth. The general is in charge of everything.
Yeah, I've been told that.
Yeah. Yep. So he says that, and the Luxodons also say that they need to inform their lord. They don't actually specify the name, but they do say it, that they need to inform their leader as well. With all of that going on, I imagine that'll take a little time, but during that time, I believe that we may be able to procure a third council member.
Tab clears his throat loudly.
Who, me?
Oh, Zoc, you would like to become a town council member?
No, just asking.
Well,
Tab clears his throat loudly again and steps forward. I would like to nominate myself, and I'm sure my wonderful companions would also nominate me as the most responsible and trustworthy member of these Seven Rough Diamonds. I'm something of a leader to them, but I know that I can contribute in a great way to your fight.
I'll turn to them. Please take him. Please take him.
We insist. You right.
That comes with new lodging, right? Or will he be staying at the house still?
oh my god, this is magic. I did not even think of that. That's hilarious.
Tab is like, what's wrong with my current lodging?
Well, someone of your stature just shouldn't have to live with a squabble like us. I had an idea about what was happening, so that's the reason I'm like, let's play with it then.
You know, you guys spend so much time in this town council. I just need to make a map of this town council building.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next map. I gotta get that. All right, so he speaks up. Did I hear a concession from everyone in the party except for Nat and Barry nominating Tav?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Do Nat and Barry nominate Tav as well?
Nat doesn't object. She doesn't nominate anybody.
What about you, Barry?
I'm just gonna look over and say, sure.
Well, there is a bit of process that has to occur. But I imagine we can take care of that pretty quickly. Luda, how do you feel about this current conundrum? Well, I can't say I'm overly fond of Tavalier, was it? But he has helped this town. I don't know, Tigodo. I don't know. Maybe we should put it up to a vote for the citizens. Nonsense, Luda. This is...
Nat agrees with Luda.
The shield speaks up. Yeah, let's do a vote. And you see Tigodo for the first time, like, he furrows his brow at Nat, and Nat, he taps his staff, he, like, slams his staff on the ground, and the face on your shield disappears.
Boy, okay.
Well, perhaps we should do a vote. Emissaries, looking back at the two groups, let's take this on a brief leave of absence. If you would like to go back to your vessels and inform your leaders, we will do some processing here and see if we can come to a consensus on what we can do for a council member. There does need to be a third member here very quickly with the enlightenment of this current situation we find ourselves in. So, I bid you all, and he, like, bows, come back as soon as you are done, and hopefully by then we will have all of this under control.
Tab is going to volunteer a suggestion that while we wait for the town to fulfill their democratic due process, he is more than willing to help out in a honorary council role position to see how the position suits him. That would satisfy the council's immediate need for a third member.
There is a very deep and low sigh from Luda. You've got to be kidding me. Fine.
What is your objection?
Fine.
To Tab? Luda?
I don't like the way you interject yourself on everyone else. There. You happy?
What else does a politician do? Sit around and grumble?
You hear a loud laughing guffaw from Tigoda. The first time you've heard a loud laugh, just and it's very unsettling. It's one of those like crazy high pitched like those kind of laughs coming from Tigodo, and he calms himself down. You know, Tav, I kind of like you. Luda, perhaps we can make some sort of arrangement indeed. Tavalier, this will be a temporary position until a realistic vote can be taken. If no one else objects, and he's looking at the rest of the party, then Tavalier, you are a temporary town council member.
You just see Tab do like a fist pump back.
Don't make me regret that decision.
Do I get a pen or something to recognize my new status? A sash, maybe?
We will discuss that at a more appropriate time. If you remember, Hilda has not yet been fully dealt with yet. Some of her personal belongings are still in the desk. He's trying to make you feel a little abashed about being that gung ho about it.
Yeah, that's probably
Dead mother.
bad. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, yeah. You said it probably doesn't phase Tav?
That's over his head.
Oh, it's over. He's just excited to be here. Okay. Well, with all of that situated, I believe we have a moment here to discuss some things. Now, this Gruvat, do you have any further information on it? What was it doing there? What the hell is going on?
Well, it controlled, I mean, your people, the people of Londa, to dig a hole, like this. And now, that because I can spam not minor illusion, was it? Silent image. Yeah, I'm gonna make a huge hole in the middle of the room. Similar to the hole that I saw, but bigger.
Okay. As you make that, oh God, thank you, Dante. As you make that large hole, all of a sudden, out of the large hole, a long black tentacle shoots up from the large hole, and you hear a slight chuckle come from Dante.
Oh shit, that wasn't it. That wasn't me.
There was a tentacle out of the hole?
No, that wasn't me.
No, and then can I manifest the whole face of the Gruvat?
Sure. Yeah. You can manifest the face of what the Gruvat looked like. Yeah.
Yay.
So the tentacle disappears, and next to the hole is the face before it was blasted off of the Gruvat, with its dark gray or light and dark mesh gray skin, long tentacles coming from its face, and black alien-like horizontal eyes from where normal eyeballs should be. Yes, that is indeed a Gruvat face. The tunnel is a bit concerning. And he pauses for a moment. Luda, how much do you know of the Gruvat? What I've seen here. I figured as much. And Tsugoto begins telling you kind of like the history of kind of what you guys already a little bit know. He's really informing Luda. Basically, he tells you, so when the Gruvats were in charge, they had a way of controlling people and an unlimited amount of people, and they were able to amass quite a large army and nearly conquer the entire world. There were a group of individuals that were able to thwart said invasion, but no one knows how they did it. But with the help of those individuals and the armies of the rest of the world, the Gruvats were able to be taken back and laid asunder. And it was believed that they had been completely eradicated. No one has seen any of these creatures for more than 1,000 years. I have never seen one of these creatures since you asked earlier, until today, and it is quite unsettling to see one of these creatures left alive. Even a single one can bring about an army. As
we have experienced that. I look back at Tav. Right?
Tav, have you made your way up to the other town council chamber or desk?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking up at Tav at this point.
Oh fuck.
Tab has already made a little tent on a piece of paper, and he's put a nameplate on there.
Christ.
Oh god.
Like,
Oh,
right in
man.
front of him.
Oh man. Yeah.
Douchebag.
Yeah, Zoc. So Zoc says that Tav. We know that firsthand, right, Tav?
We do, unfortunately.
Yes. Well, I'm sure that you do. They work quickly. Yeah. Now, what? I'm unsure of what to do with this body. Some people know the history, and some people, as he points to Luda, some people do not. If certain people were to hear that the Gruvat have returned, it might incite panic, and we do not want to do that yet. Or ever, really.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask, when would you like to incite panic?
Never. With that being said, I believe that we can rely on, where is his name? His friend, the other, Dracoth. I believe we can rely on Dracoth to handle this little discreetly. That is the Shrine of Horus
Oh, gotcha.
person.
Okay, yeah.
The high elf that has lived almost as long as Tagoto. Yeah. Yep. I believe we can have Dracoth take care of this body discreetly. Though I do believe that we should probably postpone its decay. I don't suppose any of you know the spell. What is it? Gentle repose.
And another life.
Checking. Nat
Yeah.
does not.
Okay. I don't suppose any of you know that spell. No. All right. And you see him. I don't remember if it's touch. He comes down and touches the body. If it's not, he uses his staff. Either way, he casts gentle repose on the body.
Okay.
Now, let's get this recovered and tucked away for now. I imagine the others will be back momentarily. Is there anything else we need to talk about before they get back?
Nat's, by the way, going to use her blanket to cover it now at this point and give Vid back his cloak.
Okay. That is fair.
Which she will suggest needs to get washed.
He kind of like picks it up with 2 fingers and looks at the goo on it and like folds it up so it's not touching any of him. As much as he can.
Right.
So is there anything else you guys want to talk to Tagoto about before the ambassadors come back?
We did talk a little bit about how we met here and
Yep.
how who's just the god Fertility?
Fersetti.
Fersetti.
Yeah.
Fersetti.
Fertiti.
Died.
For titty.
Fertility.
As a way to kind of bridge the conversation, Nat is going to ask Tagoto, just curious, these Gruvat wouldn't have anything to do with the Djedhema character that we mentioned to you previously, would they?
I sincerely hope not. He doesn't seem forthcoming with information.
ideas? Any connection between them? Because this couldn't be coincidence, right?
I mean, it could be, but and he kind of trails off. Tagoto, you okay over there? Yes, yes. Yes, I sincerely hope that this is just coincidence. I would be very worried if it is not.
All right, another question for you. In your opinion, which is a more urgent issue, these Gruvat or Djedhema?
Without hesitation, he says Djedhema.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm really not remembering. What is Djedhema again?
Zoc?
The nameless one?
The deceiver?
The deceiver.
Voldemort.
That's the word I was looking for. The deceiver.
Okay, that's the whole, like, the tomb that we found.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, without hesitation, the deceiver. He actually he does not say Djedhema. He says the deceiver.
Okay.
And Luda looks back at him. What? Who is that? Luda, don't worry about that now. We, the three of us, will discuss this later. Yeah, he's not forthcoming with information. So if you want information, you need to ask questions.
Nat will ask, okay, if you are more concerned about the deceiver than these Gruvat, what can you tell us about them?
About him?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. The deceiver has that name for a reason. It, how do I put this? Even the gods couldn't catch him?
And how was he entombed?
Well, they may have caught him eventually, but... and he trails off again. That's more of a conversation that, if you are in contact with Tyr, you should get from him personally.
One last question about that. When was the last time that the deceiver was prevalent in this area?
Or anywhere?
You see him for the first time not looking confident. He looks very fidgety, he looks very nervous, and if he wasn't a vampire, you would probably see sweat dripping down his face at this moment. Well, it's, you see,
Come on, spit it out.
It's really just and he fidgets for another like
Can I tell if he looks like he's trying to hide something from us?
you don't have to roll anything. He looks like he doesn't want to say this.
Are you the deceiver?
No, I am not the deceiver.
That's
However,
what the deceiver would say.
I may have been tricked by him when I was younger.
How young?
What?
That seems on brand.
Let's just say before I turned.
Oh, so that's like 2 million years ago.
You see him like straighten up for I am not that old. No,
Not yet.
I don't really wish to relive that moment. Let's just say that he fooled me in a way that I still regret to this day. And it very much pains me to admit, but it was a good life lesson. don't trust those you think you're close to. And Ludo just looks over him. Ah, Tagoto, I'm hurt. Yes, well, is what it is. Now...
Are you the reason that he's called the Deceiver? Or known as the Deceiver?
I'm not willing to answer that question. Maybe ask
more
me...
than your
Maybe ask me in another 100 years.
Pretty sure we don't have that long.
I mean, I might.
Some of you may.
Well, I'm not talking about lasting that long. I'm talking about I'm talking about the Deceiver being loose.
Yes, well, if the Deceiver is loose, you can almost be guaranteed he's going to be causing trouble.
Oh, Tab's got another question.
What sort of trouble should we expect?
Anything? Everything? He's not picky.
Tab is going to ask, since you know him so personally, does he have any favorite forms to take? Poking the bear.
Oh, man. He shoots you a very lancid glare.
Hey, remember I'm the one you like.
And I cannot wait for we'll discuss this later. Be able to do Tab's voice, so you understand why he's shooting these glares. He looks over at Tab. That is much more private information that I'm willing to share.
Tab looks surprised at that answer.
Forms?
Yes, that is part of what he's known for, being able to shift at will to whatever he wants.
Anything?
Anything. That's the problem. That's why, and he trails off again, it took so long for him to be caught the first time.
Could he be a Grubat?
He could. But I imagine you all would have a bit more trouble with him if he were, and he points down at the body, that creature there.
Could he be an animal of some kind?
Could he be this table?
Literally anything.
He could be the air we breathe.
I'm just calling it now. It's Zox familiar.
Does Tab say that out loud?
Maybe. Yes, let's just go with it.
Oh
Yes,
my
he says it
God.
out loud.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, well that happens. Tab says that out loud.
I'll think to Brad. Brad, are you the Deceiver?
You hear back in you speak Abyssal or Infernal?
None.
Oh, okay. You
I should be able to communicate. I think
You can't-
familiar knows common.
you can communicate with him. The first thing you hear is a language that you don't understand, just like which you then moments later recognize as no, I'm not, dummy.
Yeah, he said he's not.
That's what
But
the
that's
Deceiver
what-
would say.
That's what the Deceiver was saying.
And now you all understand the problem.
Deception.
You all see Nat digging in her bag and pulls out her notebook. Nat?
Oh my god!
Yeah, Nat? Is it time? Are you going to show...
Nat asks, since you had personal interaction, is this the sort of thing he would say? And shows him the notebook.
Okay.
Turn open to that page.
Open.
It was Lizzie.
Yes, that's what I oh my god about.
Yes, I got it. Nat opens her bag, and I'm going to say you just hand it to Dagoto because he casts Gentle Repose on the body. He's right there. You hand it to him, and he looks... Unfortunately, yes. That is exactly the kind of shit he would do.
Okay, wait, but think back to that timeline. Tyr was in there and saw the lizard.
Tyr never saw the lizard.
Tyr saw that lizard?
Tyr never saw the lizard.
No, he never saw it, because we even brought it up, kinda, and he's like, what are you talking about?
The presence of the lizard, apparently.
Wait, so where was the lizard?
The lizard was riding with Natalia in her bag.
In the bag, yeah.
That was during the time that Tyr was there, though.
In her bag.
Tyr couldn't see through a bag?
I can't
Tyr
see
sucks.
the bag.
Tyr sucks.
No wonder they're extinct.
Yeah.
You're right.
Keep in mind, guys, reminder, Deceiver can transform into literally anything.
Whatever.
Okay, just a reminder, guys.
Okay, so it's Tyr.
Yeah.
He came in. He was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
All right.
There was something that went missing when we lost Lizzie as well, right?
What?
You had something in your bag, and whenever Lizzie was gone, that something, whatever it was, I think it was
The pin
or something, was no longer in the bag.
That is correct.
Okay.
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved.
Well, Tab's gonna look at the party and be like, okay, who's going to the Shrine of Tyr and reporting this to him? Not it.
Not it.
Not it.
Actually, I think our new town council members should.
Yeah, you're right. I like that
As
idea.
it's official duty.
Tagoto looks back up at you, Tab. That is an excellent idea. Since you are so familiar with him.
You see Tab get his shit together. Alright, time to do this thing.
Alright. So, are you telling me... How did you get this notebook? How did you get this? Looking at you now.
Notebook for ages.
Yeah, it's not a new thing.
He's wondering.
Note.
Yeah, he's wondering how you got this note.
Wait, what's note? What note?
I still don't think the rest of us even know what the note says.
That
Yeah,
note.
what note's that?
What does the note say, Nat?
One sec. Inventory. Note. Let me get the whole thing there. Okay.
Great, excellent.
Mm-hmm. She'll take it back from Tagoto and like pass it around so everyone can see it.
Yeah. So those of you who are not reading, the note says, "Thanks for the escape. Couldn't have done it without you. Guess I owe you one. Lizzie."
Well, to look on the bright side, it's always good to have the Deceiver indebted to you.
That's not necessarily how he works, Tavalier.
I'll look dumbfounded and be like, how did he write this with no thumbs?
You're not grasping this very well, Luno. He can literally change into anything.
He can change into a pen to write on the paper himself. To explain what happened, when we got to the island with the shrine, we found a small lizard. Thought nothing of it. and left the island with it after we had our conversation with Tyr.
What did this lizard look like?
I don't remember the exact details other than it was missing a hand.
Yeah, it's missing a limb. That's what I remember. But that's what I have. Let me see.
Well,
I don't remember what color it was or anything like that. I just remember it was missing one of its front feet.
hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it? Yes, that sounds like him.
Why would he be missing a hand?
Well, things didn't go so well for him when he tried to escape the gods, and instead of killing him, they imprisoned him. But the struggle was real. He lost. Luckily, he lost a limb in their entombment. Did he have anything with him? And he looks very concerned.
He has a needle.
There was a pin, a needle.
Golden needle.
Yep.
Please.
That almost blew up my shoulder.
Please tell me that you still have that.
No, it disappeared.
Along with him.
You see him take like 3 really slow, long blinks. Well, that's
What was that?
not what I wanted to hear. Let's just say that that's the method that is needed to re-entomb him.
Yeah, we figure as much.
And without that, he's not gonna be able to be stopped.
And you know, we thought that Tyr would
Yeah,
have
Tyr-
done something, you know, but apparently he didn't.
Well, recall Tyr, like we tried to show Tyr the needle, right?
Uh-huh.
But that's when we realized it was missing.
Uh-huh.
Wait.
But he hadn't explained to us exactly how important it was.
Nope.
He just that it was important.
The gods, unlike Togoto, are way more secretive.
Give it to the old gods to be an idiot.
Well, duh.
Could it be that the sea returned into
Well,
Tyr?
I look over to Nat. It's like, well, what part of this has proven me wrong yet?
Oh my god.
What?
Every time I insult the old gods, Nat's like got huffy about it. I'm like, what part have I been wrong about yet?
The new gods aren't helping us either.
Well, they haven't
Oh.
messed up this deceiver
Haven't had
thing.
reason to?
Well,
Haven't had reason to?
you can...
Is that what
you...
you're trying to say?
Now, calm down. Calm down, everyone. Let's just say that I will be informing the new gods, so to speak, if I am able to commune with Anubis again, as soon as possible. They should be able to assist as they did last time.
Hey.
They assisted?
Mm-hmm.
No, like Nat.
Yeah.
Simply asked.
And that's how he responds. Mm-hmm.
Both parties were involved?
Well, when something threatens to destroy the very fabric of creation, many of the upper beings tend to band together.
Tab is getting ideas of what he's going to tell Tyr in the shrine.
And we are, as you guys are having this conversation and everything, figuring it out and figuring out information and learning it all, the door behind you opens, and you see 4 human figures walk in, and about 5 seconds later, 4 very disgruntled-looking Luxodons enter, looking pretty perturbed that the humans went first. And that is where we are going to end the session.
Okay.
Ooh.
Welcome, everyone, to the Rise of Djedhema.
It's windowed.
Oh man, I've been looking forward to that reveal for like.
The title finally opens.
Oh, you're good. I've been looking forward to that reveal for like 3 months.
So the beginning credits.
Right.
Right.
3 months. 3 months long, and the session has begun.
The late
Lude.
title card.
Oh man. Well, I'm hoping to get both of these streams up, so we'll see if I can do that within the next day or so.